Hey, we're going to see with the next part 2, Bowser's Cataclysmic Trap. Brought to you by MuchGames.ca. We're taking on Mocha Mountain. I think that's what it said. I guess it's this game's version of, like, Choco Land from Super Mario World. Speaking of Super Mario World, and actually it's going to lead into Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time also, and one of my previous Mario hacks that I did all these being a while ago. Yeah, I checked my email today, and I happen to have a couple of emails in my social tab of my Gmail, or inbox. Actually, I'm using the inbox app rather than the Gmail app, but it's still Gmail. And I managed to see that there was some content, like copyright things from YouTube, so basically I can't monetize a few videos, and it was like about 5 emails, and 3 of them were Super Mario World. One of them was Brutal Mario, which was a Mario World hack, and the other one was actually for Ocarina of Time. I can't remember parts of each game, but yeah, I had a couple of those. That doesn't bother me. Like, I don't really care, to be honest. Look, if I want to make money, I'll get a job. And I have a job. And a job that I like. And I don't have to work weekends. YouTube, such as playing games like this, or even watching other people's videos, such as Colonel 112 or Nuki Bonga, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many people I can name. I even watch tech videos from like Techno Buffalo and people like that. I don't just watch YouTube LP videos, if you're wondering. Starting Out in Happiness from Explosion, and there's WWE, and there's freaking movie trailers, and no, there goes my Yoshi. Yeah, and a nice segue. Yeah, there goes my, all these people naming all these things I watch, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, there goes my Yoshi. Seriously. And the people, now, don't take this the wrong way, and I'm not mentioning any names, but I've seen people on their personal Facebook pages for their YouTube channels. So, like, if I have one, but I hardly ever use it. Like, Bonga has one, and MuchGames has one, actually. And, LP Grotus has one, and Zeo Lightning has one. I'm not saying these are people that are doing it, I'm just saying, what I mean is, they have their own Facebook pages, they have their own Twitter accounts. And I see some people, and, excuse my language, and there goes my Yoshi again, bitch and complain about, getting content ID things, or copyright things where, they're not in trouble with YouTube, they just can't monetize a video. And I'm thinking, if you're on YouTube, and I can understand some people do it for a living, but even those people who do it for a living got to realize that if someone like Nintendo, or Konami, or Sega, whatever the company is, if you're playing one of their games and they go and after you and say, we don't want you putting up this video, but you're not you're using our material. Did I say material? Damn, I'm thinking of Final Fantasy 7 now. See, this is what happens when you watch a Dave Yoshi video just before you record, and you watch him play Final Fantasy 7, and, taking on, like, Wu-Tai, which I already done on my MuchGames, by the way, so totally check that out. He took on the Wu-Tai part where he got a nice placement of the key. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was watching that, and he basically, at the part where, the Turks, Yuffie, steals the material, and you basically have to, get it back, and then she ends up getting, spoiler alert if you haven't played it before, she ends up getting kidnapped, her and Elena, from the Turks end up getting captured. You gotta save them. Anyway, he just recently did that on his channel. Actually, I think it's the most recent video. Yeah, it is the most recent video, because I just watched it. Yeah, getting back to my tangent of the day. Maybe I should put in the thing of tangent of the day, whatever. But anyway, while I drink this Coca-Cola, as I'm playing this game right now, one-handed, which is why I'm probably messing up. As I take a sip of my Coca-Cola. But anyway, people who, you know, they're on YouTube, and they got their own Facebook pages for their channel. They got Twitter accounts, probably, maybe, for their channel. Anyway, they get content ID claims, and then they can't monetize a video, and then they bitch and complain that they can't monetize a video, and then they're freaking blaming, you know, Nintendo, or they're blaming Konami, or they're Sega, or, I don't know, Ubisoft, whatever company it is. And then also blaming YouTube and saying YouTube is like ridiculous. It's like, look, in the way the internet works and the world works, you know, if you're using someone else's content for your own pursuits, and you're not like you're playing a video game like I don't know, Smash Bros. On the Wii U, it's fine. If you want to play it online, fine, because the game's online. But as soon as you start recording videos of it, and you put it up on YouTube, or whatever, you know, site, in this case, YouTube, if that owner, in this case, Nintendo, decides, hey, we don't mind you putting this video, which they don't mind you putting up the video on you. A lot of people think Nintendo and other companies don't like you putting up those videos. No, it's free it's advertising for the game, and you're giving your perspective and everything. But the point that I'm making is, they have the right that if you are uploading a video like, I don't know, like I've done Nintendo games in the past, and if I upload it in that, like, Ocarina of Time, or Super Mario World, or whatever, and I get a content ID saying, you know, but there's gonna be ads saying you can't monetize this video, and it was claimed by Nintendo, or Sega, or whatever company, fine. I know the people who, you know, are doing this as basically as a business. Oh, and that's what it takes too. And they, you know, they're making money off YouTube, and maybe it's the only income they have. I understand that person, they can be frustrated with that, but they got to realize, and they're not the only people. They have to realize that, you know, these people, or these companies, if you put up content of their gameplay, because you're doing commentary, you're giving them a perspective of what you think of certain parts and tips and tricks and stuff like that. And if they go after you and say you can't monetize that video because we own the music, or we own the audio visual, or whatever the heck it is, you're showing our gameplay. It's usually the music, by the way. It's usually not the gameplay. It's usually the motherfucking music. And I hate to use that language, but it's usually the music that when Nintendo and these companies go after you for contenting, it's not the gameplay. It's usually the music that they go after. And basically, the way I see it, if you're doing this as a job, great. And if you can make a decent living on it, great. And I know a few people who are doing this. I don't know them personally, most of them, but I know there's people like Awesome Facebook who are, you know, who's on YouTube and he's making high money off this. Dave the Usher, you know, there's many people, and you know, if you can make a career out of this, more power to you. I'd love to make a career out of it and make it my sole job, but am I in it for that? No. I'd actually rather, renege what I just said. I'd rather not have it as my job, because it's not job security. And by that, I mean, you know, what happens if YouTube, if this is your only job, your only source of income, and you can be a big megastar on YouTube, you know, and what happens if YouTube goes away? Or what happens if you majorly fuck up and, you know, you get your channel banned and you gotta start from scratch, or you can't do it anymore for some reason, and that's your only source of income, and that's where you're making your living. So you better have a backup plan. And that's why people like myself, and probably people like Colin012 and Newfie Bonga, and I can't speak for them, but, well, I can kind of speak for Colin012, and most likely Newfie Bonga too, because they're really close friends of mine. They're not in YouTube for the money. If they make money off the videos, cool. Maybe it can help out in a tiny bit. But that's not what they're in for. They're in it for a hobby, they're in it to entertain fans, and just have fun with it. And the people who are doing it for a living, more power to you. And I'm not ragging on those people. I'm just saying that, basically, I've seen in the last 24 hours or so, certain people, like I said, they're going to be nameless, complaining about this kind of stuff on Facebook pages, or on Twitter, or and you know, stuff like that, and showing screenshots of all the emails I get from content on it, and then they're bitching and complaining about it. And I'm thinking, enough is enough. You know? And it could be Nintendo, it could be Konami, it could be any company. And I think to myself, no matter what company it is, they're in a damn well right, if it's their game and their music, to content ID you. So, and you can make money off it. They're in the right because it's their game footage, it's their game music, and if you know, basically, you don't want content as free, why don't you just remove the music and just have no music in the game and do your commentary. That way they're probably not going to hammer you, because usually it says audio visual, but it's not for the visual, it's usually for the audio. Sometimes it is for the video too, depending on like if it's a cutscene like Metal Gear Solid or something. It might be a cutscene, but usually it's for like the voice acting, and most of the time it's the music. Really, I had this whole video, it's been almost 11 minutes of me ranting about this shit, but I could have just did a video about this myself. But anyway, let me get that feather. There we go. But anyway, taking on the freaking little blue Koopas and saw blades apparently. I'm not gonna do this whole world. I'm just gonna do this. Damn it! I forgot he was in the show. That's amazing. There was a game called Ghost in the Shell. I remember that game. It was actually an animated movie too, an anime movie, and I actually remember that. Which reminds me, I've been watching Dragon Ball Super. Now I've been watching the Japanese version, and no, I don't speak Japanese, which I kind of did, but it's a country I would love to visit. But I've been watching the ones where people had the videos and it's in Japanese, but they have English subtitles, so we got the translation. And I'm sitting there just watching the video and, you know, reading the English translation. So, because I don't know when it's going to be released, the English dub, and the English dubs are going to be released of it in North America. So, and I really don't have the patience to wait, because I love the Dragon Ball Z series. It's probably one of my favorite anime series. Actually, it probably is my favorite anime series. And, you know, I don't really want to wait 6 months or years for it to, probably most likely months for it to come into North America. I don't even know what channel that would come on, because I don't think anything like YTV, or I can't really think of any channels that will show it. Maybe Teletoon? Maybe something like that. I have no idea. But it's a really good show, so if you don't mind, if you haven't seen it yet and you're waiting for the English translation and everything, why don't you just, you know, look it up online and watch the Japanese part, and just basically make sure it has English subtitles and watch it that way. And that way you'll enjoy the show. So far, there's not a lot of action in the first 4 or 5 episodes. It's mainly just story, and it takes place shortly after, it takes place around the time of the Battle of the Gods movie, which I own on Blu-ray. But yeah, you should totally check out Dragon Ball Super. Looks like it's gonna be good. So far, it has been pretty good. But anyway, that's enough of my rant, basically, on the content, the ID things. Just, I saw it earlier today, just while I was watching DDoS's video and reading it on Twitter and all that, and it just enraged me and frustrated and pissed me off, basically. I don't know where I had to basically vent on it, and it was basically in this video. But anyway, I'm going to stop the video here and finish this world off in the next part. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next part. Peace out.